Hello, hello, and welcome once again. J76NY here, and welcome to part number 4 of my first look at Systemic War, the upcoming RTS Grand Strategy game by Play of Wave Battle. Last 3 episodes, we did take a look at the skirmishes. There is one more skirmish left to do, but I think I'm going to pass on that. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the campaign. I'm not sure how far into the campaign I'm going to go. I know you do have limited access to the Polish campaign, so there may be some battle. But I do want to take a look at some of the UI and the systems and mechanics of the campaign and see what that's all about. I have to say, for a game that is a year out from release, I'm very impressed with this. They've done a pretty good job of putting a playable and fun demo out. Right now, as I'm recording this, it's the last day of the Nextfest on Steam, so I'm not sure if the demo is going to be available post Nextfest or not, but if it is, and you like what you see, you should definitely check it out. There is a link to the store page for Systemic War in the description of the video down below and in the playlist. So the full campaign right now is you can start in either 2008 or 2021. Options are limited in the demo, so we will be starting in 2001. You can play as any of these nations, whatever more means. I'm assuming they're going to be expanding greatly over the course of the next year. I'll be keeping my eye on how the game develops until release, and we may be checking it out further. I do want to bring more types of games like this to the channel, just to kind of diversify a little bit. Gone pretty heavy into the naval combat side of things, and I'd like to get more into land combat, both World War II to present time and beyond, and in the past too. There's a lot of good games out there that you can play, like Master of Command, that go prior to World War II. So upcoming year is going to be a good one for the channel. If you like this game, let me know in the comments down below. If you want to come along through the adventure of J76, I tend to get myself into some pretty big jams that I'm assuming are fairly entertaining to watch me try and struggle and get out of. Just hit the subscribe. Definitely wouldn't mind having you guys come along if you're not yet subscribed. Memberships are available if you'd like to support the channel further. There's a link in every video description down below. I also have a second channel called J Sims. That's more for the simulator type games. There's a link somewhere, I think, in the channel description, or you could just type in J Sims. There's like a little cartoony character. That's me. The only and closest thing you're ever going to get to a face reveal. So anyway, enough housekeeping notes here. Let's check out what we can do in the Polish campaign.
Another ordinary day. People rushing to work. Children play in the snow. You can almost smell the Christmas. But this artificial order is about to break. The shots haven't been fired yet, but the world already knows. The pawns were moved silently, and the game is already in play.
If another conflict breaks out in Ukraine, is Poland prepared for what might come?
If Russia decides to invade Ukraine, Poland will need to mobilize its military forces and secure the eastern border. The ongoing conflict could have unprecedented consequences. We must remain strong and united as difficult decisions lie ahead. You are not just a spectator. From this moment on, you are the decision maker. You will lead Poland through the critical months before the Russian invasion. You will conduct hybrid warfare to buy time, build up forces, and strengthen alliances. Use every tool at your disposal. Balance diplomacy and economic strength. Secure foreign investment and defend critical national infrastructure. Take command and lead your troops into the fight. Steer Poland towards victory or face its collapse and the downfall of the region.
I have to say that was pretty impressive there. All right, so your economy stands firm, public finance remains stable, and national debt is lower than most EU countries. Yet tensions grow along the eastern border. Russia and Belarusian provocations intensify, and war in Ukraine seems inevitable. Well, yeah. Use the remaining time to prepare your country for the coming clash, secure Western support, and build an army capable of repelling aggression. Or will you dare to stand in defense of the former inhabitants of the Commonwealth? The global systemic war is already underway. Okay, so this is our map. This is our campaign grand strategy map. Let's see. National debt will grow over the year by 68.53, whatever that is. National debt equals 0.43 of GDP. We will exceed the national debt limit in 2,303 days. So Poland is doing a lot better than most countries, the United States included. We have one social contract, which I'm not entirely sure what that is. Military industry capacity points in use. Looks like we have 20 military industry capacity points. Escalation level, diplomatic pressure. All right, so it's December 5th of 2021. What do we have here? Nothing. Okay, go back. Go back. Go away. There we go. Big X usually is how you do that. All right, so let's click here. Deploy Jersey barriers. Deploy anti-tank barriers. Train civil defense and deploy territorial defense. That is for Lublinic. I'm going to kill all these names just so you know. Okay, so you can rotate with the mouse button like that. Hold the middle mouse button and it moves. This is Warsaw, our capital. Looks like, let's take a look at Warsaw here. Is there any way to, we could deploy, looks like on these roads, or it's going to whatever the closest city is. You can deploy all this stuff in the cities. Here's our unit. It is all in Polish. I guess you can rename them. Not even going to bother with that. This shows what we have, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, right down here it shows the statistics. List of modifiers. Oh, we just lost it. That looks like artillery. Recon, there's a supply truck there. Here's our commander. Or maybe not. Oh, we can. Commander selection. I wonder how many of these people are actually real. Like, this guy doesn't look very real, but he does. Alright. So we are currently looking at Warsaw. I don't know what any of this stuff means. There's no tooltip that pops up when I hover over it. Here's a crossing. Looks like we have some type of movement along the roads. This is as far in as you can zoom. What do we have here? Vilnius. We'll just do that. That's Russia. Off there. So these are the Russian units. It looks like this is probably Belarus Russian. We got Russian here. Is that a German unit? But they are stacked up over here pretty good. If I were to say anything, I'd think that looks like we have a British unit here, 12th Armored Brigade Combat Team. We do have a lot of Russian units that are pushed up against us right here in preparation for their upcoming invasion. Some of this stuff was in English, but that is okay. I'm going to move them up here. I guess left clicking is not the way to go. Okay, so they're going to move up there. Whoops. Not entirely sure what this would be. A base, maybe? Okay. We've got these two units here. Let's move you up here. Move you up here. Whoops. Can I not move them? Alright, we're going up there. You know, I may be doing all of this for nothing, but let's move you up here as well. There they go. We'll send you up here. You as well. They have a definite numbers advantage on us. I don't know if... Oh, this is all our country down here. Jesus Christ. I'm looking just in the circle there. But I think I want to leave at least some units down here in case the Belarusians, or whoever these guys are. Germans. They're Germans. Got it. Dresden, Potsdam, Berlin. I could have just done that too. Brest is not really anything. I'm going to leave. We could probably move. Let me get some of these guys moved out here. Like that. And we probably wouldn't be a bad idea to move these guys over here. I'm going to move all 4 of them over here. Just so we have something. I don't know if this is going to actually go into any type of combat, but these guys are going to hold back. I'm going to hold them back so that they can either respond north or south. I don't think they're going to be going south, but I just want to leave them in position for the time being. Over here, what do we have? We have hybrid warfare. Polish Axioms East Shield training mission. A dedicated program has been launched to prepare commanders for real-time battles. Starting this action will unlock the RTS tutorial mission where you will learn tactics. I think we already did that in the skirmishes here. This action must be completed before the war with Russia begins. Okay. Defense and depth strategy. I don't know if I can do any of this thing here. Yeah, it's this right here. Public calls for the deployment of U.S. troops in Poland. 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team, consisting of 3 armored battalions equipped with the latest M1A2 Abrams tanks and 1 mechanized infantry battalion with Bradleys, will be redeployed to Gdansk. Social contract change +2, escalation level change +7. International support change, U.S. down 2? Really? Why would they do that? Detonation of a Nord Stream? The following effects will occur regardless. However, if our involvement is exposed, we will face international condemnation and risk of sanctions. Transmission infrastructure will be destroyed. And Germany's import resources from Russia will be significantly disrupted. What does this mean? Campaign informing about Russian war crimes in Ukraine. Is once Russian invasion of Ukraine. Alright, defense of the Baltic states. It looks like these are mostly policies that you can enact. Invitation of Belarusian opposition members. Leading Belarusian opposition figures will be invited to Warsaw to begin initial talks on holding free elections in Belarus that will bump up the escalation to 10, by 10 at least. Escalate into a full-scale conflict. I can just go to war now. But there is a ton of options to do here, so let's call for the U.S. to come help us. So we're going to do that. What do we have here? Alrighty. I want to go up now. Where would the defense of the Baltic states? I wonder if we just general actions. That's what I want. I don't know if I can do any more now. Seems like that kind of just closed everything out. East Shield training missions no longer available. National Security Strategy Eastern Shield. Alright, well maybe it's 1 per turn that you can do here. Alright, so moving on down, this is the macro economy. GDP by sector, this is energy sector. 271,382 in the food sector. Oh, it shows on the map too what all this is. Click to open the list of buildings. Click to open the list of buildings. Not available in the demo. Alrighty. Service sector 11.29. So I wonder if there's anything you can do or if this is just informational. Macro and assets are not available in the demo. National budget. Weekly, you can switch weekly. The deficit. Expenditures, public service. Can you do anything with these? You could drop it here. Armed forces. See what this does. Not enough policy points to make this action. Okay, so can I go up? Nope. Reducing social transfer decreases demand for consumer goods and can reduce the quality of life of society. Alright, so I don't think he can actually do anything here. What is this here? Statutory rate. I think this is taxes. Not enough policy points. Isn't that this? Oh, that's military. Where's the policy points? Yeah. You can kind of see it here. The level of customization that it looks like you can do is pretty deep. Where's the overall tax rate? Alright, so this is military production. Produce or buy. We can buy Abrams. 7.5 million. Black Panthers, nice. And I think if you click on this, nope. And then there's weapons you can buy. You can buy the M4A1 or the M4 Carl Gustav here. Then you can buy BMP1s. I can buy drones. Yeah. Helicopters. So you can buy all of this. We can produce. Let's try and make something here. What do we want to make here? The Abrams. We want to make our own Abrams. I guess we can't. BMP1. Here we go. Black Panthers, can't make that either. Leopards, can't make that. I guess we can't make our own tanks. Here we go. T-72s. Let's make a T-72. Add T-72 to production queue. Alright, there's one. 120. Wow. Alright, well, so we're going to get a ton of fucking tanks at some point. LM60. Is there any way to look at these things? Not sure if that's a thing here. Alright, research. Not available in the demo. So, trying to scroll down here. Buildings layer. Supply layer. I guess we'll just turn, alliance layer, land units. I wish you could scroll down a little bit. See, land forces. You have idle military factories, and where? That would be what this is. Not really sure. So it looks like you can build or buy. I'm gonna try buying some Abrams. 40, 80, 120. We'll buy some Abrams too. So we got 240 more armored main battle tanks on the way. At some point, I don't know if we'll ever see them. But hangar. Oh, here we go. This is, I guess, where you can see your units. This would be something for me to go through because I have literally no clue what most of these units do. Alright, so we could add a brigade. Let's add an rocket artillery. That'd be good to have. Anti-air artillery brigade. Mechanized brigade. Let's add a mechanized brigade to... Oh, we can do this. Wow. Add a company. Mechanized infantry company. Oh, there they are right there. Infantry squad. They look like they're ready for action. So what's this? Support squad. Anti-air squad. Whoops. Infantry squad. Alright, so there's a... one mechanized infantry. Required rifles. We have them. So go ahead and train them. I guess you can't. Let's add another one of these. Train. I know it doesn't do anything, but... Yep, that's what I want. It's not adding. Oh, it's probably... Try and change it here. Support squad. Yeah, it's not letting me add anymore. Oh, alright. Well, support company. So we'll add that. And then I want to add a... I wonder why it wouldn't let me do that. Up here. Oh, alright. Mechanized infantry company. There's two of them. A support company. And we'll go anti-tank. So we've got support, anti-air, mortar, and anti-tank for that right there. Right, that seems good. Let's add some artillery. Why not? Artillery company. Does it show me their picture? Is that what these guys are? No. Oh, we'll do this here. We'll add them. Oh, nice. Why didn't it show me the other one? Alright, we'll add this, see if it lets me see it. Nope, didn't. Anti-air. So this is our mechanized brigade that we're building here, so I might as well build it all out. Let's do 2 mechanized infantry and 2 mortar. So this is basically your deck builder, I'm assuming. Anti-air artillery. We'll add 4 of these. Is there another option? Oh, just the Biala. Oop. Well, so we'll add 4 of them. Two recon companies, recon squad, BRDM2, or a recon squad. We're going to add one of them. Then we'll add a recon squad. An electronics warfare company. Oh, wait, hang on. I want to see if there's... Yep, I want that. And a UAV company. We'll just add them. Alright, so what can I do here? Armored company, tank company? T-72. Wow, there he is right there. Nice. Beastie thing. Yeah. We got... That'll give us 12, so I'm going to add... all of these. I wonder if it wouldn't let me train because... I didn't fill out all the whole thing here. Models look pretty cool, I would say. And now I can't train. Oh, because I... Go ahead, delete the company. There we go. Alright, train. There we go. Not entirely sure where that went, but... Looks like you can do... Are these locations here? These might be locations. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so let's try that and see what happens. I wonder where our new unit showed up at. Alright, so there's that. Research, hangar, AI chat. The in-game version of Balik will launch on soon. In the meantime, we encourage you to test the online version available in our Discord server. I will pass. Go away. Shoo. Thank you. Alright, so what do I want to do up here? I want to put some anti-tank barriers. Probably in my own territory would work. Deploy Jersey barriers, anti-tank barriers. Okay, I guess I did that. Anti-tank barriers. I'm going to train some civil defense. Or territorial defense. We'll do that. And civil defense. Why not? Because why not? Civil defense. We'll just do all of them. I don't know why I'm dancing around it here. Nope. And then what's this mean? Max level 3. I guess you can upgrade it. So there we go. Definitely putting some stuff in here. Probably pissing them off the Russians doing all this. But whatever. We'll just add it all. I wonder how much money I'm costing myself. Nothing, apparently. Alright, I want to click back into this hybrid warfare thing and see if there's anything else I can do. Defense of the Baltic States. A lot of this stuff looks really cool. Really, really cool. Alright, where's the diplomacy? Okay, well, whatever. Not sure what all this is here. I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh. How do we get all this? Journal. Okay, well, I want to get rid of all this, so there we go. And I'm going to push play. Let's see what happens here. Play. Oh, we got forces moving around. Oh, it looks like they're consolidating. It's now the 7th of December. Okay. Now what? I'm not entirely sure what's happening here. I wonder if I could order them to attack. Oh. Something just made a noise. What's this? Social contract improving. Important event. You have idle military factories. Is that what these are? So what am I supposed to do about them? Is that what these are? Alright, well, let's start building stuff. Why not? Just gonna go buck wild with what I can build here. Let's build 1,000,000 of these here. About 5,000. We'll build 5,000. Alright. So they're not idle anymore. They're building guns. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about the military factories here. Training queue. Mechanized brigade. Here we go. It paused for some reason. Okay, go away. Get off my screen. Military industry. There we go. Alright. Play. Play, please. No hybrid operation detected. National Security Strategy Eastern Shield. So we can do this now. Is there like a news thing that pops up somewhere? Tells you what's going on? Operation is purely defensive by raising the cost and time required to prepare an attack. Alright, well, why not? It's not letting me play here. I probably should have just picked the fight it out option there. This is blinking, so important. As I was asking.
NATO refuses to consider our proposals for de-escalation and the prevention of dangerous incidents in a constructive manner. On the contrary, the alliance continues to move its military infrastructure irresponsibly closer to Russia's borders, while missile defense systems are being deployed in Romania and Poland. American intermediate-range missiles could appear on European territory at any moment. The nightmare scenario of military confrontation returns, one that this continent has already lived through following NATO's so-called dual-track decision. Europe remains silent. Ukraine is receiving growing volumes of Western weapons, encouraging its leadership to sabotage the Minsk agreements and creating the illusion that the conflict can be resolved by force. We call on the United States to sign a binding agreement on security guarantees, one that will ensure stability in Europe and prevent further escalation.
All right. Sergei Lavrov accused NATO of escalating... See, this is where I'm going to get myself in trouble, because I'm going to start popping off at the mouth and voicing opinions. I'm sure you guys don't really want to watch that, but they picked the fight, and now they're complaining about people stepping up to the bully, especially considering the bully doesn't really seem to be able to back up his beef. Russians are launching their first hybrid operation against us. Oh, those fucking bastards. Alright. So now I can play. Any more that I can do? What do we have here? Idle military factories. I don't know what the hell I am supposed to be doing here. If any of you guys are more familiar with this than I am, by all means, leave thoughts in the comments below. It'd be nice to know if this game was going to be available. The demo is going to be available past.
Security architecture is a mutually agreed, explicitly or implicitly accepted system of political and military balance, in which the risk of war is minimized and military force ceases to be an instrument of policy. Where such architecture exists, deterrence prevails over violence. The European security architecture was born in 1945 after the Yalta Conference. The continent was divided into spheres of influence. NATO was established in the West, 1949, and the Warsaw Pact in the East, 1955. This tense balance kept the peace until the end of the Cold War. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed under the pressure of economic crisis, national movements, and failed reforms. The old order disappeared. Eastern Europe, Poland, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Slovakia, Slovenia, Romania, and Bulgaria began to move west. For Poland, this was a strategic choice, security over dependence. For Russia, it was a betrayal of 1990's promises and a threat at its borders. After the annexation of Crimea in 2014 and the full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, it became clear the previous balance has collapsed. Russia and the West no longer share common rules of the game. We are once again living in an era of blocks, but this time without trust. And security architecture is not just about maps and treaties. It is a matter of memory, fear, and choice.
All right. Okay. It says closing this chapter. Okay. So it's now January of 2022. Looks like Russia has invaded Ukraine, or maybe. Yeah, it looks like something's going on up here. I don't know. It is kind of weird gaming something that's actually happening. Ooh, look at all the units I got on the border now. Let's go find someone to fight. Can I do that? Can I send them in here? Oh my god, where'd he go? Oh, that just opens it up, because now we have 3. Alright, gotcha. We're building this stuff here. Military production. Where would our... Where's that? There. Hangar. Oops, don't want to go in there. That's military production. This is what we're buying. Training queue. Alright, so here's our mechanized brigade. They're almost trained. Let's do that like that. I did speed it up a little bit just to move things along. Jeez. I don't think I'm going to do any battles here. I'm assuming that they would be similar to what we saw in the scenarios, just on a more varied scale in terms of the map. At least that's what I would hope. But as you can see, the Russians are putting a whole lot of stuff on our border here. Here, no hybrid operation detected. This is a training mission. I think I already did that. I think that's just the tutorial. Let's see if we can piss them off. Propose to organize a conference on security and policy. Escalation +4. What's gonna piss them off the most? +15. I can't do that yet. Convene an emergency NATO summit. Why would that drop escalation? Unless I'm trying to go the diplomatic route and talk them out of it, which I'm not. But if this demo is available past the end of the Nextfest, let me know if you want to see me try a more in-depth campaign. Because I got another game that I want to showcase for the Nextfest, and I've got today to do the recording, so I'm not going to get into any type of battles here. But if you guys want to see what I can do in terms of like an actual maybe mini-series on this game, and the demo is available, I'm more than willing to try it, because this is pretty freaking cool here. And I would like to go a little further into the campaign and see how I can do. So let me know in the comments. I'm definitely open to the option of mini-series campaign. So let me know. But it looks like we got another show to watch. Okay.
In a moment, you will begin military maneuvers on the Suwałki Gap as part of the Tarchev's Hood simulation. You will enter real-time gameplay, go through every stage of the battle, and learn the game mechanics. You can choose between 2 game modes. The active commander gives you direct control over each unit on the battlefield. The passive commander delegates unit control to artificial intelligence, allowing you to focus on defining objectives and priorities. Choose wisely and enjoy the game.
Oh. I think that's just going to lead you to the tutorial. I did do a tutorial, so, yeah, I think this is just the tutorial. Put that out there like that. Push play and see what happens. We're going to let it play while I talk here. I think I'm going to call this one right here. Like I said, if you're interested in seeing more in-depth campaign, and the demo is available, by all means, let me know in the comments below. I'm open to that idea.
A recent ultimatum by Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov at an OSCE session has drawn sharp responses from Western officials.
Russia has no veto over NATO enlargement. Every country has the right to choose its own path to security.
U.S.-backed talks rejects Lavrov's demands.
The United States follows the principle, nothing about you without you. The open door policy remains unchanged.
The Ukrainian side made it clear that it does not accept any ultimatums from Moscow.
Alrighty. So our position, we acknowledge your position. I'm going to leave it paused here. If this demo is available, I would like to continue this. I don't know, I'd probably just pick it up where I left off here with our little brigade that we made, and then see what we can do about actually pissing them off and fighting them. So let me know. I'm open to it. Anyway, if you guys like this episode, hit the like button. If you have any thoughts, tips, advice, or requests, leave those in the comment section down below. If you want to follow along, if this is available, I'm going to do it. If you would support it and watch it. If you'd like to see it, subscribe. You won't miss it. Plus, I do a lot of other stuff here. And we'll see you. Once again, the game store link is in the description down below if you want to check it out for yourself. J76NY saying thank you very much for watching, and have yourself a very good day.